BigXThaPlug is the latest victim to the whole "I'm not a hip hop artist, I'm an artist" thing. This is what he had to say on an interview.
I feel like I'm not just a hip hop artist. I'm an artist. I want to be the best artist in the world. The only way I can do that is if I can show that I can do something other than rap.
And I just gotta say, hip hop is art. And everybody gets rapping confused with hip hop. Hip hop is a culture for one, and it's deeper than just rap.
Because hip hop's history is not the history of rap music. That's why they think it's not a culture, because they say, oh, rap is a music genre. It's not a culture. Rap is not a culture. Rap is a subculture like reggae, jazz, gospel. That's rap. But what rap comes from, what causes you to rap, is called hip hop. And that is a behavior. That's not music. That's an ancient way to be.
Of course, you got graffitiing, DJing, MCing, and breaking, right? Those are the 4 pillars of hip hop. Some people like to throw knowledge in there. I like to throw fashion in there because what you wear and how you look is definitely important. But those are the 4 pillars of hip hop. And it's way deeper than just rapping. But for some reason, people that participate in hip hop love to disrespect it and love to down it when it is one of the most commercially used things in the world. Hip hop has been used so much in order to sell other products. If you turn on the TV, there's no way in your little 1 minute and 30-second ads that you gonna see, because I know a lot of y'all like me not paying for them tiers to get your ads taken off. The only place I pay for the top tier is YouTube Premium, because I get YouTube Music and I don't like watching ads, and I watch a lot of YouTube. That's the only place I pay for that. But in 1 minute and 30 seconds, you go and hear a song in hip hop. You go and hear or see a commercial that uses hip hop. So I don't know why when people want to do something else or they want to get bigger, they like to downplay hip hop. Hip hop is art, and thus that makes you an artist. I don't know why people get big and then they want to start separating themselves. Now, of course, this is just a clip. I don't want to see the rest because there's no explaining that. In a 9-second clip, you said all you needed to say. You don't want to be considered just a hip hop artist. I want to be the biggest artist. Well, do you think pop artists think that? Do you think Adele thinks that? Do you think Lady Gaga thinks that? Do you think Miley Cyrus thinks that? No, they just make music. Now, I can understand it because I was watching a Jim Carrey documentary the other day, and he had to do the Truman Show in order to show and prove that he can do something else. He didn't want to just stay in comedy, but that is very different. A style of movie is very different, because in the Truman Show, he was definitely still being comedic, right? So in anything BigXThaPlug do, it's still gonna be hip hop there. To defend him a little bit, there's so many different people out here that's saying that's not hip hop, this not hip hop, that's not hip hop. Lil Uzi is hip hop. And you got people like Ebro that's like, he's not a rock star, that's not a rock, that's not this, that's not that. It is a lot of weirdness in hip hop. People love to say this is hip hop, people love to say that ain't hip hop. I can see how BigXThaPlug can see like, okay, I just want to do whatever I want to do. But at the core, if he's rapping, right? Like, people forget that like rapping is such a core part of everything now. Every genre has taken it. Country music, rock, everybody has taken the style of rap and used it. That's still hip hop. Because they take it and they put it on a country beat don't mean it's country. They're still using the elements of hip hop. BigXThaPlug, man, I was singing his praises. He's been doing a lot. He said he didn't write The Biggest, The Largest. He said one of his artists wrote The Biggest, The Largest. That was strike one. That was strike one, big boy. Now he's saying this. That's strike 1 and 2.
It fooled me. We can't get fooled again.
We've seen this time and time again. Our music and the way we see ourselves always leads to when people want to get bigger. Ain't no pun intended, because you know he's big, but ain't no pun intended to that. It's always when people want to get bigger, do they start to say things like this, as if that's your right to passage, right? That always upsets me, because if you ask me, hip hop is one of the biggest musical genres in the world, no matter how much they like to downplay it. We go across the world. You rarely see country music artists go across the world. You other genres don't go across the world like that. We be in every market, and so many people emulate us and want to be us. I don't get why people say that. I hate that. Don't put me in the box. Sometimes I do it myself, because I like to say Kanye's one of my favorite artists, but he's hip hop. Oh, he is an artist comparison to, say, Lil Wayne, who's a rapper. No, Wayne is an artist. Jay-Z is an artist, and I do that myself. So I'm gonna put myself and say what I do too, because I do that. We do that. Yo, who's a better artist versus who's a better rapper, right? We do that with Drake. Drake is a bigger artist. He's bigger than hip hop, and it's like, ain't nothing bigger than hip hop, baby. It's not like he about to learn how to play the flute. It's not like he about to learn how to play the clarinet. It's not like he about to learn how to do an instrument.
I'm playing that shit for real, man. Wait.
No, he probably gonna do the same thing he doing on different sounding music. He gonna rap the biggest. I don't think he gonna be singing. I don't know if he got the breath control to be singing. I seen him perform live, and he had to have a backtrack on him. He had a live band and still had a backtrack behind him.
I walk out the mall with some shit for the, I deposit a check. My bank full of M's, paid on my rent, now I'm up for the year.
It's like, nigga, you don't even fit the bill for hip hop. You don't even fit the bill for rap. And now all of a sudden you gonna say come on, bro. Only in hip hop do we do this. And I can't stand it. Let me see what some of these comments saying. Said, don't put me in the box, niggas is the worst. One of the biggest artists made a traditional country album, then tried to distance themselves to say and call it pop and created a subcategory to separate future black country music. This has always put you in a box. Stop giving a fuck. This person just said they just separated country music to put us in a box because Shabuzi and Beyonce started winning country records. Now they're saying they split the country category into two as far as like traditional country and then new age country or whatever the name is. Don't quote me on that, but I know they separated the country. So they always gonna put you in a box. Great comment, whoever posted that. It goes back to the conversation that I just had. One thing that I forgot to mention and how white people get to dominate black spaces in hip hop is because it's a lot of self-hatred. It's a lot of self-hatred. I think the Stephen A. Smiths of the world and the people that love to separate themselves and don't put me in the box, it's a lot of self-hatred. Everybody hate black people, even black people. And that's the sad thing. And saying statements like this, for one, it shows me that Big X doesn't know his history. Big X doesn't know the history of music and how they always find a way to put us in box. Okay, you want to make country music? Now we're going to separate country music. And you notice that hip hop, even though it's mad different genres of hip hop, we don't get separated. People are woofing about that right now as far as like Darling I and certain Tyler the Creator songs being put in the hip hop category when it ain't even hip hop. And so you see everybody else get to be this, break this down and break that down and contemporary and traditional, and hip hop is still hip hop. They got anxiety in the hip hop category when that's a pop song. But you see what they do to us. Even though hip hop is the most popular genre, we still not able to, like, this is the first time 3 hip hop rap albums are being nominated for album of the year. They always put us in boxes. They always pigeonhole us, and we do it to ourselves. This is a very self-hatred type of statement. Ain't nothing wrong with hip hop. Hip hop is the biggest. Hip hop is the largest. And the more you look, the more you will see. They always using our music to promote everything. Everything you turn on the TV, you see all of the old songs. All of the old songs are still being synced and licensed. I like all of them songs still being licensed and promoted. I see Stop Playing With Me. I see that being promoted and used to promote stuff. You see Power by Kanye being used to promote stuff. Every time they got a movie, they always using ours. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. That started off the movie I was watching Knocked Up the other day. That was the whole beginning intro to Knocked Up. Ain't nothing bigger than hip hop. It's an interview with the New York Times. I don't know if you get with them, you get with them folk, you get with them other folk, you get around them white faces in them white places and you start, When Miley Cyrus wanted to shed her kid image and get bigger, she ran to hip hop. Katy Perry just wanted to come back. What'd she do? She ran to Doechii. There's nothing bigger in this world than hip hop. The more you get out of the country, the more travel, you see that. You see the influence on hip hop. If you think about slang, if you think about fashion, it's all hip hop. It's all black culture. A part of me understands how a person like Big X gets into this because I listen to a lot of his interviews. In a lot of his interviews, he talks about being a football player and that wasn't working out and his homeboy was rapping. So he said, let me just try rapping. So a lot of times it's not for the passion of hip hop and rap. It's about getting money and providing for your family. And a lot of the times athletes, they just want the lights. They just want the big stage. And what stage is bigger than hip hop? I wanted to jump in real quick and give this man credit because when I first recorded this video, and I'm not saying give him credit, but when I first recorded this video, something didn't line up because I noticed that his hair was different. And so I went and did some research and found out this interview that he did was 3 months ago. And so it's a little bit old. And I feel as though somebody saw him linking up with Post Malone because the same day that this video started going viral, it was announced that he has this song with Post Malone.
Just to have us here together. Hey, don't tell me.
For me, it felt a little weird that this 3-month-old video just popped back up. This is nothing new for him. He probably sees it, and I'm very curious as to why the people that posted this, because they then deleted the video. They deleted the post. I was curious to why it was posted. Because, Post Malone, he says some things about hip-hop. He says similar things about hip-hop, and that seems to be the thing. And my biggest thing is, and I'm going to just harp on this, he's not about to learn an instrument. He's not about to play the drums. He's not about to play the clarinet or a flute. He's not about to learn an instrument and become a real artist. He's just gonna continue rapping and doing the same thing.
So just give me this chance, I swear I'll try and make it better. I walk through any weather.
And I don't think people understand the origins of rapping, right? Like the first rapper and the first person to say rap on a mainstream track was James Brown. Now, of course, there's a bunch of other credit, the Jubilees, the this, the that, the dot, the do, the da. But the first person to just really just and say rap on a track was James Brown. Then you started seeing the emergence of rap where it wasn't people singing on a beat or even having a so now everything has rap in it. Everything has hip hop in it, regardless. Country music has R&B and hip hop in it. Rock and roll for a while was using hip hop and R&B, was using hip hop, was using rappers. Everything has rap in it. Everything has soul. Everything has blues. Everything has R&B in it. Everything has gospel. Black music is hip hop and hip hop is black music and black music is in everything. So I'm upset that that's a thing. I'm highly upset that that's like a thing. Like, yo, let me separate myself from hip hop. I'm very upset. So I just wanted to come back in here and say, because I recorded this the day of. Like, I recorded this when everybody was seeing it, I was seeing it. But I wanted to step back and wait a little bit before I push it out there, because this is a 3-month-old interview and now it's being brought back up. For what reason? I don't think that still makes it okay.
He got away with it, but he ain't get away with it.
When you start doing certain stuff with certain people gonna start looking into your past. It's coming for me. It's coming for you. It's coming for everybody. The moment you start getting up there and you start speaking and you start doing things that people don't agree with, they're gonna look into your past. The Country Music Awards is coming up, my brother. I'm curious to see how they're gonna treat you. Are they gonna Lil Nas X you and don't recognize you until you pop out with Billy Ray Cyrus, aka Post Malone? Who they gonna force you to pop out with for them to acknowledge you? Or they gonna shabuzi you and make jokes all day about you? I'm very curious, but I guarantee the CMAs is gonna be your nigga wake up call. I guarantee it, because they either gonna do one or two things. They gonna either make you a token Negro because you said some coon shit like this, or they gonna ignore you. So you about to learn a very valuable lesson, BigXThaPlug. You ain't bigger than the agenda. If Beyonce wasn't bigger than the agenda, if Shabuzi, who's still topping the chart, ain't bigger than the agenda, if Lil Nas X ain't bigger than the agenda, you ain't bigger than the agenda. No matter how much you weigh. What say you? This conversation continues with you. Help me defeat these algorithms by commenting, subscribing, ringing the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Donate to this Cash App, Super Chats, anything to help the channel over here is appreciated. The best way to support the channel is become a member. Link is in the description, or you can hit that join button. If you're already subscribed, there should be a join button right there. It'll take you to the different tiers that I have. You get early access to videos. Certain videos I have never posted, you get to see that. You get exclusive videos, all different types of perks. How you feel about this BigXThaPlug thing? Are we making a big deal out of this? Do y'all understand what he's saying? Is this okay? Is this par for the course? How do y'all feel? It feels as though hip hop is one of the most disrespected genres. It's one of the most lucrative genres, one of the most capitalized genres. Like, people have capitalized on it crazy, but it seems as though that self-hatred makes us say things like that, man. Hip hop is the biggest, the largest. Reedmysole out. Peace.